Have you ever felt like you're not good enough, or like you're trying hard, but never getting any recognition? Today, we're going to read a story about a humble fairy named Elara, who goes through something similar, but ultimately learns about the real meaning of kindness and self-worth. High above the drifting clouds, where the skies glimmer with stardust and crystal petals, stood a radiant palace woven from moonlight. In this sky palace lived a strict fairy stepmother named Lyra, her proud daughter Lyra, and her gentle stepdaughter Elara, who carried a heart as kind as the morning sun. But kindness was not enough to earn her love in that house. Lyra treated Elara like a servant, never letting her rest, while Lyra enjoyed every privilege. Elara, stop daydreaming and sweep the cloud floor. Lyra's wings must shine before sunrise, Lyra barked. Yes, stepmother, I'm almost done, Elara whispered softly. Lyra twirled her wings with vanity. Honestly, Elara, you move slower than fog. Look at my wings, already losing sparkle. Do hurry, I need my shimmer shine spell. Elara only bowed her head and smiled faintly. Deep inside, she whispered to herself, maybe one day, someone will see me for who I truly am. One golden morning, when dawn spilled like liquid fire across the sky, Lyra called out again. Her voice was sharp as glass. Elara, take this golden crystal pitcher. Go to the cloud spring at the far edge of the sky ridge and fill it. Don't return until it is full. Let's see if your weak little wings can carry such a burden. Yes, stepmother, I'll do my best. And so, Elara lifted the shining pitcher and flew across endless waves of glowing mist. Her wings, though delicate, carried her faithfully. When she reached the cloud spring, she saw water that glowed softly, like captured sunlight. But before she could lower her pitcher, she heard the sound of a sob. On a stone shaped like a lily petal sat an old fairy, cloaked in silver grey feathers, holding a broken flute. Her hands trembled as she looked up. Dear child, could you help an old sky fairy? My hands are too weak to mend this flute. Elara's heart swelled with compassion. She knelt and said gently, Of course, ma'am, let me try. She plucked a drop of honeydew from a nearby blossom and sealed the crack with starlight sap. The flute glowed with life again. The old fairy smiled, her eyes glistening like moonlit dew. You have a kind heart, little one. Now go, fill your pitcher. Elara lowered the vessel into the spring, and the water shimmered like molten gold. When she looked up again, the old fairy had vanished into the mist. On her flight home, Elara felt a strange warmth. Her wings sparkled with silver light, brighter than they had ever been. Her simple petal dress had transformed into a flowing gown of sky silk, and her hair gleamed like the first blush of dawn. She gasped, What has happened to me? When she landed on the palace porch, Lyra's eyes grew wide. Where did you get that gown? Your wings, they're glowing like stars. Lyra narrowed her gaze, suspicion heavy in her voice. What trickery is this, girl? I only helped a fairy at the spring. That's all, Elara explained. But they didn't believe her. They only saw the magic, and greed burned within their hearts. The very next morning, Lyra stormed out with the same golden pitcher. If Elara can return glowing like a star, then I shall outshine even the moon itself, she thought. At the spring, the same old fairy sat with the same broken flute. She lifted it and whispered, Dear one, could you help me mend this flute? Lyra tossed her head arrogantly. I didn't come here to fix broken toys. I came for the magic water. Out of my way. She dipped her pitcher roughly, and the water came out dull, no longer glowing. As she flew back, her wings carried not light, but a strange grey mist. Her dress darkened, her glow pale. Yet she grinned with pride. Mother, look. The spring gave me power too. I am brighter than Elara now. So Lyra clapped her hands with joy. Yes, my beautiful daughter, you are the one who will meet the Sky Prince, not that little servant girl. That evening, as the sky blazed with colors of sunset, a chariot of stars descended from above. Inside stood Prince Kaelin, tall and graceful, his wings shimmering blue, his crown woven of moonlight. His voice rang clear across the skies. I seek the fairy who filled her pitcher at the cloud spring and helped the guardian of the sky flute. She is to be my bride. Lyra rushed forward, bowing low. That was me, Your Highness. I helped her. I carried her home. Ask anyone. Lyra added quickly. Yes, my daughter Lyra. Such a pure soul. She is the one you seek. But Elara stepped forward quietly, her glow gentle. That isn't true. The prince looked closely at both of them, his sharp eyes narrowing. Something does not feel right here. Then a wise owl made of wind and starlight fluttered down beside him. Summon the moon mirror. Truth must reveal itself. The mirror appeared, a silver oval glowing with memory light. Lyra panicked. Wait, that isn't necessary. But the mirror shimmered, showing what had really happened. Elara kneeling with kindness, mending the flute, while Lyra turned away with scorn. The prince's voice grew firm. So Elara is the true helper. She is the chosen one. Lyra shrieked, her voice sharp with anger. No, this cannot be. I deserve to shine. At that moment, the skies parted, and Queen Seraphina, radiant in moonlight, descended from above. Her wings glowed with timeless power. She raised her hand and spoke. Outer beauty fades, but selfishness darkens the heart. You will now carry the shadow you have sown. A silver mist swirled around Lyra. Her wings dulled into grey-blue. Her gown stiffened into shadows. What is happening to me? She cried. Until you learn humility and kindness, your light will remain clouded. She fell to her knees, her brilliance gone, left only with the weight of her pride. Then the prince turned to Elara. His voice softened. You chose compassion over pride. That is the kind of heart I seek beside me. He knelt upon the cloud floor and held out a crystal ring, carved from a star's tear. Will you be my queen and guide the skies with me? Elara trembled. Me? But I am only a servant fairy. I never dreamed. Queen Seraphina smiled gently. True queens are not made by crowns, child. They are born of grace. And you were a queen long before this day. Elara's eyes filled with light as she whispered, Yes, I will. The skies erupted with music as stars lit the heavens. Elara, now queen, stood in a gown spun from dawnlight and dew threads, her glow brighter than the horizon. And yet, not all was lost for Lyra. At the edge of the courtyard, her misty wings drooped, her heart heavy. She gazed into a pool of stardust and whispered, I only wanted to be seen, but I lost myself. Behind her came the gentle sound of wings. Elara laid a soft hand on her shoulder. You're not lost forever, Lyra. Begin again. Lyra's voice cracked. I don't deserve another chance. Elara smiled softly. Then give kindness to someone else. That is how light grows. For the first time, Lyra lowered her head, a single tear falling, not of regret alone, but of hope. Days passed. Elara ruled the skies with grace, loved by all, and far below, Lyra began tending the morning cloud gardens, not because she was forced, but because she chose to. And one quiet evening, a faint glow returned to her wings, perhaps at last. It was the beginning of her change. Above them, a new star twinkled in the night sky, a gentle reminder that even lost hearts can find their light again. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this story, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Subscribe for more magical tales. and leave a comment below with your thoughts or ideas for future stories. Until next time, keep believing in the magic all around you.